May I start with Mr. Matthieu Craye?
As you see, we're so conscious of the time and all the time that we want to give to interactive discussion that we already anticipated, and we're all on the podium before we were even announced. So I'm very pleased to be able to open this session, and this is already the 7th workshop in the series of EU-India workshops on smart grids. And we are very grateful to the continuous support and dynamism that the India Smart Grid Forum has shown in this cooperation. From the beginning on, we have found a very enthusiastic partner in the India Smart Grid Forum, and that we have been able to arrive at good results in this cooperation is for a great deal thanks to also all the efforts from ISGF. I'm also very pleased that here on the podium we are joined by two CEOs of important Indian distribution companies, which also witnesses the increasing importance that is also felt here in India for what could be possible in this cooperation between India and the EU. So we started this journey of workshops back in 2015 in Nice, and since then we have gradually deepened and detailed our discussions. So we have exchanged a lot on ongoing demonstrations in Europe and in India. We have looked at technological solutions, we have discussed business models, and then we expanded the range of subjects that were covered in our discussions. We had also a session once that looked at the future role of distribution companies in the context of smart grids, in the context of ever-increasing shares of distributed renewable energy production. And last year in November, on the occasion of the 6th EU-India Smart Grid Workshop, we also had a full day, full workshop day on exchanges on regulatory issues, so electricity market design and regulation, which are also important for integration of renewable energy. I stress very often integration of renewable energy, as this is in Europe one of the, if not to say the main driver towards many of the smart grid applications. And I think that is increasingly also the case in India, with its very ambitious targets for renewable energy, of which a large share will also come from distributed solutions. As Reggie also mentioned, we have from the beginning on had in mind also a quite concrete and practical focus for this cooperation. That's why quite early on in the discussions we directed also our exchanges towards what would be possible in terms of concrete cooperation projects between Indian entities and European entities, distribution utilities, but also technology providers. And so we are very happy that today's session will be completely dedicated to this, showing already a number of projects that will be starting soon, or some that have been started very recently, notably the iElectrics project, in which Tata Power Delhi and Enedis work closely together. Very grateful to those two companies to be forerunners in this EU-India smart grid cooperation, and to take up really this role of starting with concrete projects, and we hope that many others will follow. We'll also have presentations on two other projects which have an important India component in their work program. So ELAND, where the BSES will give a presentation, and Muse Grids, where jointly the European Association of Storage for Energy and EPTISA will present the overall work program and the Indian activities in this. So, as I said, today's session is completely focused on showing, okay, that some projects are already starting, but also announcing that we don't stop there, and we will start with preparing a new call for joint projects. Later on, after first presentation of 3 projects, I will come back to the stage to tell you a bit more about this new call. Reggie already revealed some of it, but the idea is certainly that European and Indian utilities, entities would work together in such projects with at least each one demo site which would be combined in one joint demonstration project. I will not take much longer as intro to this session. Only this, for us, while programming this session, for today we only had in fact one success criterion, namely that this session would contribute to the initiation, the development of new consortia between Indian and EU entities, of new ideas for projects, and that as such after this session we see some of these newer projects emerging. I only want to add to this that, as Reggie said, after this session we'll have also possibility for further networking. That will be around 6 o'clock. But so there is a room that will be available with some cocktail drinks already before the actual networking reception starts at 7. So at 6 o'clock we already have the Buddha Terrace, which is next to the dining hall. You take the stairs upstairs, and then you'll find a open terrace where drinks will be served, and where we'll have a space that can already be used for networking and B2B matchmaking. Yeah. So I hope you'll be able to do something about the background noise. And I would give the floor now to our two distinguished guests in this welcome session. So leave it to you.